Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can do pose detection using MediaPipe on live camera preview in native Android application with Kotlin. Firstly, I'll show you guys the output at the very end. So yeah, if you want to see the output, just go at the end of the video. I have created an Android application using XML layout, but if you want, you can use Jetpack Compose as well. First, you need to go to this particular URL over here. Scroll down, and now there are three different models for doing pose landmark. So you can just download all three different models. So you can download all three of this and check which one satisfies your needs. So I have downloaded all three of this. I will be using of this pose landmarker. I have not tried this landmarker heavy and light, but the code remains the same. You just have to replace the name. Okay. Alright, and if you want to know more about these three models, you can just here you can see it gives you all the numbers where it exactly detects. So once that is done, you just need to create an assets folder. So just right click, new folder, assets folder, and just click on finish. Once you click on finish, you will see this folder, and you just have to drag and drop the three models, MediaPipe models, which you have downloaded inside the assets folder. Then go to Android manifest.xml. Here you need to add uses feature of Android hardware camera, internet permission, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then go to activity underscore main, and here you need to have this preview view. You need to give it an ID, width and height of 0, and we constrain it to all sides of the screen. Then here we have this overlay view as well, where we set the ID. So overlay view, I'll talk about more about it later on, but here make sure you replace this with your own package name. You will see an error for now, but that's fine. Make sure you replace it with your own package name dot overlay view. Give it some ID, give it some width, height, and we constrain it to all sides of the screen. Then you need to inside colors.xml. I have just added one this particular color. You can add whatever color you want. I'm just referencing this inside this overlay view Kotlin file, which we will be creating soon. Then inside build.gradle, I have added this MediaPipe task vision dependency. Now be careful with Android Studio. Like Android Studio tells us that this is the latest, but this is not the latest. To see the latest, you can just go to this GitHub repository over here, and this is the latest 0.10.26. So that's what we are referencing over here. Then we add this camera core, then we add camera 2, then we add camera lifecycle, and then we add camera view as well. Then you just have to click on the sync now, and it will download dependencies for you. So first you need to create this overlay view. Firstly, you can just copy all these imports. Now even I have copy pasted this code from the Android documentation, so even I'm not good at this, so I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and copy the code. So here first we have this results, this point paint and line paint. Here we initialize our paint. I'm not really using this method, but make sure you had it. Then inside init paint, we set the color, stroke width, and style for both line paint and point paint. Then here we draw on our canvas. So MediaPipe gives us all the proper positions, and based on that we just draw over it. Okay. Inside set results, we just set the results. Okay. And this is the landmark stroke width. So if you want to increase it, you can increase it as well. Then coming back to pose landmarker helper. So again, these are all the imports. These are all the defaults value which I'm providing it. Then inside init, we call setup pose landmarker. Here we clear our pose landmarker. Here is the close method. Inside setup pose landmarker, here you can see based on what model you pass. So in case if you have decided to change the name of the model over here, make sure you change it over here as well. Okay. Then we just set the model asset path. For live streaming, we just throw an exception in case if it is null. Then here we do base option builder dot build. Then pose landmarker dot pose landmarker options dot builder, set the base options. Then here we set the minimum pose detection confidence, minimum tracking confidence, minimum pose presence confidence, set the running mode as well. And if the running mode is equal to live stream, then we just do options builder, set result listener as well as error listener. Then we build the options builder, we initialize our pose landmarker, and inside catch clause we just call the error listener over here as well as over here. Okay. Then here we just call detect live stream, where we pass the image proxy as well as is front camera. And if the running mode is not equal to live stream, then we throw an exception. Then we get the frame time. Here we get the bitmap buffer, where we call create bitmap, passing the width and height. Then we do image proxy dot use bitmap buffer copy pixels from buffer, and here we just do plain 0 dot buffer, then we do image proxy dot close, then we initialize the matrix, we call post rotate, and if it is front camera we also call post scale. Then we do bitmap dot create bitmap, passing in the bitmap buffer, and then we just do bitmap image builder, passing in the rotate bitmap dot build. Then we call detect async as well. Then here we just do pose land marker dot detect async, passing in the MP image as well as frame time. Then this is for detecting a video file. We are not really doing it for video file, but I have kept the code in case if you are interested you can do that as well. So I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Then here this is for detect image as well. Then this is for result, return the live stream result. This is for returning error, and these are the default variables which we have created. Here is the data class result bundle, and these are the listeners of on error as well as on results. Okay, then you just need to go to main activity over here, and firstly these are all the imports. So again I'll simply scroll through this imports. Here we just extend pose land marker helper dot land marker listener. Here is our pose land marker helper. This is the model. Okay, I think we are not using the passing that model, so I'll just comment it out. Just give me a second. Does it accept the model? Yeah, it does accept a model, current model. So if you want you can pass it like that as well. So I'll just uncomment this. Here we set the delegate. Again we are extending the listener as well. And here I have set some default values. Then here we initialize the preview, image analyzer, camera provider as well as camera facing. Here I am using lens facing back. Maybe you can try with the front camera as well, but it would be difficult for you to show your whole body with the front camera. You'll have to keep your mobile someplace. Then here we have to do background executor. Then here we initialize viewfinder as well as overlay view. Then this is for checking the camera permission. If camera permissions are given, then we call setup camera. Then inside on create we initialize viewfinder as well as overlay. Then we initialize background executor. Then we just do background executor dot execute, and here you can see we just initialize our pose land marker. I think it takes a current model as well, right? So I'll just pass this model, so which we had defined. And if the camera permissions are given, we call setup camera, else we request camera permission. So this is the method for requesting camera permission. This here is a method just to check whether camera permissions are given or not. Then here is our variable for checking camera permission. And if Android version less than equal to p, we also pass the write external storage permission. Then inside on resume we just do background executor dot execute. If it is initialized, then we just close it and call setup pose land marker. On pause we just call clear pose land marker. Inside on desktop we just shut down our camera execute. In case if there is any error, we just print it to the console. And for on results we just pass the results back to overlay, which will draw the pose detection on our live camera preview, and then we invalidate it as well for every frame. Then here we call setup camera, so we get our camera provider. Future we add a listener to it, then we get our camera provider, we bind the camera use cases. Here we get the aspect ratio strategy, then we get the resolution selector, then we get our camera provider as well. Then here we get camera selector, then we initialize the preview view as well. Then here we do image analysis dot builder, set our resolution selector, we set target rotation, back pressure strategy, output image format. Then we set the analyzer as well, in which we pass detect pose. Then we unbind our camera provider, we initialize our camera. Then here we set the surface provider as well. Then inside detect pose, if the pose land marker is initialized, then we just call detect live stream. Inside configuration changed, we just change the orientation of target rotation of our image analyzer based on the viewfinder as well. So yeah, that's it. Now let's look at the output.